is Chandni, and I'm going to be informing you guys about how to do volleys in tennis. Tennis is a very competitive sport, and it's also a sport that you can have really fun with. I play varsity for my high school, and I absolutely love it because it gives me a competitive edge that I've never had before. Most points are won up at the net when you're playing doubles, and that is why volleys are extremely important. Volleys are just simple shots that are played up at the net, and they just require a little simple punch at the ball while stepping forward. The objective is to hit the ball in a corner to where your opponent cannot get it back to you. So let's start looking at which position you should be in when you volley. You should position yourself up in the service box like this, and so you'll touch the net with your racket and you'll take 2 giant steps backwards. And so when you start the point, this is where you should stand. You always want to have your racket up, and you always want to have your toes tapping, and you always want to have your shoulders out like this so you're ready for anything that comes your way. There are 2 types of volleys. There are forehands and backhands. You always want to have both hands on your racket for forehands, and when you're doing your forehand, you're going to step with your left foot and you're going to punch out forward like this. So it'll come over to your right side, and that's when you know when to hit a forehand. Forehands, you always want to aim in the corner. You don't want to swing, and you don't want to step backwards. And for backhand volleys, you're just going to do it's the opposite of forehands. So you'll just step with your right foot and you'll punch it out like this. Most people, they hit it 2 hands, but you can also hit it 1 hand. For one, I hit it 2 hands for backhand volleys. And again, you don't want to step backwards. You don't want to swing at the ball because Coach Massey says 99% of the time it will go out. Also, Coach Crawford, he says that while stepping forward, it gives you control in your placement to where you want to hit the ball. In conclusion, volleys are just the basic part of tennis, and they will help you win most of your points when playing doubles. And some important things to keep in mind are you just want to keep your toes tapping all the time. You always want to step forward and never backwards, and you always have to keep your eye on the ball. And now I'll just demonstrate some forehands and some backhands. So, okay. Punch it out. That. And like that. And that is how you do forehands and backhand volleys. Thank you for listening.